Abhishek ji, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Lieutenant Colonel Abhishek. So I think our voice is also reached to you now.
Yeah, it has reached us.
Okay.
And now,
Let me first share what is the agenda of the meeting, introduce who all are present.
maybe please know, who all are present in this as of now.
Yes. Now we have various innovators from different startups that are joining this meeting, and the main crux of the meeting is to make them understand what exactly the problem statement and what you expect from them as a solution refer to this problem. So we start with challenge 8 first.
Yeah, we will go through the challenge 8 first. And who all are there from DIO side?
Yes, this is Dr. Abhishek Chauhan, and I am looking the space vertical along with my team, Drumit.
Okay. So, can you see my screen also, the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to click that. Go in.
Okay, so as we all know that robust space situational awareness threat warning is an essential element required for protection of space assets, ground forces, as well as the ensure robust defense. The SSA capabilities must be able to fuse data available from all sensors sources, both existing as well as envisaged, and provide knowledge about the space environment. So that is why working upon this problem definition statement, which tells about the integration of optical and radar sensors with AI-based analytics. I'll go through a few of the requirements that are there of ours. First of all, the key features or the functions capabilities which are required is that the software should be able to compute the accurate state vectors. It must have the futuristic 2D, 2.5D, and 3D visualizations of all sensor integration scenarios, and in addition should have awareness of all resident objects. In case possible, companies can also give us some indigenous catalog of these resident space objects so that we are aware about their accuracy. We are sure about their accuracy, and we may be not having any doubt in our mind about the accuracy that other softwares are providing. And another thing is it should be able to do the threat assessment, indication, and warning through AI-based analysis. It should be able to be implemented in web supportive graphic user interface based applications and be capable of being used across a network securely. With these as the key features, I will also try to tell you about the software architecture. It should be scalable, reliable, and fully integrated, and other things which we require in our software architecture can be seen on the screen in front of you. The last line, which is there to simulate the multiple catalog space objects into simulation facility, is also required in this software. So although there is a different challenge for it, however, a part of it should be able to do the simulation thing also. Now coming on to the data reception and fusion, which is there, the software should be able to import data manually as well as automatically from all kind of sensors. It should be able to integrate and calibrate other sensors above and beyond the baseline set that will be established by the vendor. And there is a creation and maintenance of high accuracy catalog. Although this data we can receive from other sources as well, however, we need to also be able to create that high accuracy catalog as per our terms and terminologies. The orbit determination and orbit propagation for at least 50,000 space objects or more should be able to be done by this software. The sequential filters to produce orbit state estimate and accept raw tracking measurements for multi-model sensors should be there. The software should be able to generate and store pattern of life analysis for various scenarios which may happen in the history, as well as can predict for the future as well. It should be able to conduct 500 resident space object versus full catalog conjunction analysis in 30 minutes with a fine TCS of 1 microsecond and analysis duration of 5 days. So these are the requirements of data reception and fusion. Another thing is the operational functionality and capability expected is the database services, which it should be able to give us the alert, notification, and warnings, the simulation tool, and a training tool to train all the operators on this software. It should be able to be implemented in both desktop version as well as web-based graphic user interface based applications. It should be able to be used across a network securely by multiply geographically separated operators, and should be able to deliver mission critical updates to all the operators who are there on that LAN. It should support storage, analysis, and dissemination of non-metric data and database service of 99%, 99 and above percent availability or better. As I have already told you, shall be able to maintain catalog as well as generate own catalog, which is precisely not available as on date. What happens is we always compare it with only the NORAD TLE data. We want our own creation of catalog. And analysis and storing the result into result of analysis and object determination database, and should have open software architecture configuration. Few performance parameters you can see on your the screen right now, so that it gives a fair idea about what are we expecting.
Okay. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Abhishek. Now I open the forum for the queries. If any innovator have any query or want to ask any query from Lieutenant Colonel Abhishek, they may can ask.
One
This
question.
challenge was this
Yes.
challenge has been relaunched. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
So yes,
Am I
Pranav.
audible?
Yes, Pranav, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, I missed out the very first slide that you showed. So could you please re-up the first slides?
Can you see it now?
Yes, sir. So this is the first slide. Yes, understood. Sir. Thank you. I have many questions. So, sir, firstly, the challenge says optical and radar sensor fusion. So by
Correct.
that, do you mean you will have the sensor network and we develop the software for the data feed fusion, and
Correct.
also have software capability for dynamic tasking and viewing opportunities and tasking? So you will completely. It is up to you to provide the sensor feed.
Yes, sensor feed will be provided to you, but in case you have got some future plans to create some sensor, that should be confirmed during the HPSC when it is conducted.
Okay. And may I also know whether for now you're looking only of ground-based optical and ground-based radar sensing, or are you also, when in the RFP, in the IDEX challenge, do you also envision space-based optical sensing and radar sensing?
I want all kind of sensors. That's why I said it should be scalable, reliable. The first
Okay,
line
but-
of the third slide.
Yes,
It
that's
should
correct, sir.
be
But
able
for
to
the challenge,
integrate with each and every kind of sensor which is there.
yes, for the challenge, we need to have some, some guardrails on where to begin and where to stop. So from in the first deliverable of in the final deliverable for the challenge, could it be limited only to ground sensors, ground based?
No, I don't want to go back into history, wherein we again try to do a innovation after some time and build upon the past things. We will work from here onwards, since it is a for the innovation, we need to innovate at the right steps only. So it will not be okay, the part of it will be done now and part of it will be done later. It
Okay,
has
so
to be integrated for all the sensors.
okay, but by all the sensors, I'm assuming you're not as LiDAR. There's no LiDAR coming into the picture because again, that is beyond the scope of what the IDEX challenge itself says.
Yeah, in case it is LiDAR, we can still think about it, but during the HPSC, you can confirm about that.
Okay, thank you so much.
However, space-based as well as ground-based sensors that are there, they need to integrate it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, Krishna from Kava Space.
Yeah, hi. Colonel, I have one question. So the architecture you proposed, you want it to be an on-premise one from the prototype phase during the IDEX phase, or the on-premise solution will come later, and the innovators can actually work on, like, the slightly lower cost cloud-based solution for the initial versions.
That we can write. See, I cannot write from the start point only said, no, you have to come to my premises only for innovation. You can do some development there, show some improvements, and then only you may shift to our premises.
Sir, I think I'll elaborate the question a little bit. I meant on-premise means the servers, compute, and the models running in an offline environment, non-internet connected environment.
Yes.
The other option is, just to give a second option is, which is primarily we're using a cloud-based compute, which is AWS.
It will not be cloud-based.
So in the current architecture from the innovators, you prefer the architecture designed in a on-premise manner, which is basically like a understood.
Correct.
Understood.
Any other question, or should we start with the next one?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you show us the slide once again because we joined late little bit. Only the second
Actually,
slide
it is just the gist of the PDR which is there, PDS which is there. However, you can get all the information there in the PDS.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Can you scroll down to fourth, fifth slide as well?
Fourth is this.
Okay, sir. Then fifth one. And the sixth one. Thank you,
I
sir.
request you not to click photographs.
We are not taking any photograph. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have one more doubt. This is about the data. Any sample data will be provided to us, or
And during a testing phase, maybe yes. As of now, you need to, in the PDS, we have given the various parameters against which the software
Yes.
will be checked. And that will be done with the help of all the, protocols and things which are there with ISRO in space and all those things. So we will work with that only.
okay, sir. Thanks.
Sample data, I am not so sure about it.
Okay. So, any other question from anyone? Okay. Okay, fine. So I think there are no more questions for this particular challenge 8. So there is a question in the chat box from Ashish ji. Ashish ji, whenever you applied for the challenge, afterwards, if you are shortlisted, that PDS draft PDS can be shared with you so that you can take into account what are the points that are mentioned, and on the basis of that you can prepare your presentation for the HPSC. So at this stage we are not able to give you the PDS, but there are various information that are well elaborately mentioned by Lieutenant Colonel Abhishek. So I think that will definitely help you to prepare a proposal for the submission in the application. So now we are moving for the next.
I have a couple of other questions, sir.
Yeah, Ashish, please.
Sir, now in this challenge, we're assuming now the challenge is that we don't have a product and we develop the product from the ground up. That is the solution from TRL2 or TRL3, we build it up to TRL8, right? So it is assumed that even if we have no product, let's just say prior, we are, as so long as we are at least at TRL2 or 3, we are eligible for this, right? Or,
See,
This,
Yeah, that he is. That DIU should answer.
that's what I'm saying.
see,
This question will be better answered by DIU, I believe.
yes. So the point is, we are not asking whenever you are applying for a challenge. We are not asking at this stage. We are not asking for any kind of a product or prototype. We know that it is a process. When you sign the contract, if you with that challenge, afterwards we sign the contract, and afterwards in the due course of time of 1 year or 2 years, you develop that product. But at the end of the duration of project completion, then at that time we need the product from your side as a deliverable, right? But for applying this challenge, there is no need of a prototype, but at least the idea or the solution that must above TRL2 or TRL3 at least.
understood.
Sir, I have one more doubt. Actually, our team came there and submitted our proposal. So after that, we didn't receive any information.
Yes, Brinda.
So
That's why there is a reopen of challenge. I request you to reapply for the same challenge again. If you want to add something in the proposal, you can edit it and reapply.
sir, I couldn't hear. Sir, hello?
Yes, Brinda, I request you to apply.
Sir, it's not clear. Can you please repeat?
Yes, Brinda, now it's clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Brinda, we request you to reapply because we are reopening these challenge. So I request you, if you want to put anything in your existing proposal, you edit it and resubmit this application for
Okay.
this reopen challenge.
Okay, sir.
So,
So since there are no more questions, now I'll hand over. Just give us 2 minutes. We'll hand over to Captain Ashish Malik for the challenge number 10.
okay. Challenge number 9 is training simulator for space activities. That is the nodal officer is Captain Ashish Malik. Yes.
Yeah. Just give me 2 minutes. He'll just join me.
Sure.
So इधर आ जाओ, क्योंकि उसको घुमाना मुश्किल है.
Dr. Abhishek, can we continue?
Yes, sir. We can continue, Captain Ashish.
So you can introduce people who are participating, and then I shall commence briefing.
Yes, sir. So we have innovators from various startups with us, and the main objective is to make them understand what exactly problem challenge 9 is all about, so that whenever they applied for the challenge, they more effectively they can prepare their solution for this particular challenge. So we have more than 20-25 startup with us, along with few PIs that also joined with us. So I request you to make them understand what is the requirement of the user from this challenge, and how they can make their proposal more effective in context of this. So over to you, Captain Ashish ji.
Thank you, Dr. Chauhan. Good afternoon to everyone who are attending this particular reach out session from the DIO side. I'm Captain Malik from Defense Space Agency. The problem definition statement for this particular challenge is development of training simulator for space activities. So in this particular challenge, we expect the following, that the space training simulator architecture, it is to be designed to operate as a GUI based desktop application, wherein it should be designed as an open architecture which allows additional applications or data types to be integrated. It should be able to depict and run continuously without fail with on-the-fly background running processes as data ingression, data analysis, observation association, processing of space catalogs, conjunction assessment, maneuver processing, and population of databases. The simulator should provide us with content searching tools, query tools, annotation tools, linking ability, and mapping and or networking tools. It should be capable of integrating data from own, existing, and future sensors and enable us analysis thereon. It should be capable to fuse space surveillance data from existing and future domestic sensors and authenticated SSA data providers from LEO to GEO to produce a common operating picture. It should be able to carry out data processing, which should not be restricted to recursive abstraction, ground theory, methodology, etc., generating inputs to other associated information services, such as but not restricted to cataloging of space objects, assessment of threats with respect to on assets, orbit determination, etc. We will require this simulator software should have a standard object database such as satellite, sensors, payloads, Earth station model, sensors, payload and Earth station parameters, cities, countries with their boundaries, etc. Simulation tool should have following desired capabilities. It should be able to carry out simulation for user-defined period and multiple space objects. That when I say this, I mean the tool should be able to carry out simulation of complex space scenarios and generate results for at least more than 30 days. It should have common celestial objects such as the sun, moon, etc. in the simulation. It should have inbuilt force models to provide more accurate results from the simulations. It should be able to accurately represent and simulate space weather and associated behavior of objects in space due to various environmental conditions. It should have day and night depiction on the Earth with respect to the sun's position. It should be able to support tools to record activities of the common operating picture. Thereafter, it should offer us visualization of 2D, 3D globe with zoom in and zoom on facilities to at least 50-meter resolution on the areas on the globe, with the timelines to locate the satellite and the space object into the orbit, with the motion of the object traced over the orbit and ground trace. It should be able to depict the orbit information of the satellites, along with facilities to select and compare objects from the catalog. Since it is a simulator wherein we are training our personnel, so it should be able to reconstruct the results of orbital determination, such as orbit as per height, ground trace, etc., maneuver, conjunction, collision, neighborhood watch processes in the visual formats on the data visualization tool in common operating picture. We should be able to replay the activities recorded in the COP. The simulator should provide us capability wherein we can simulate various scenarios, such as calculation of coverage pattern with selected associated parameters, calculation of link budget among the LEO, MEO, and GEO space objects, calculation of links, namely space to space, space to ground, ground to ground feasibility, calculation of access period and duration, common visibilities of satellites and earth stations for all possible class of satellites in all possible orbits. The simulator should provide the trainee ability to model, simulate, plan, and analyze various satellite scenarios such as satellite orbits, satellite orbit configurations, ground sensor placement, simulated satellite breakups, closely spaced object discrimination, conjunction assessment, and sudden loss of satellite for in detail analysis and study. It should also have the capability to add, delete, modify satellites, space objects, payloads, earth stations, countries, cities, customized area selection tools. It should be able to import satellite, payloads, earth stations from other sources with lat long and other parameters. The simulator should be able to add, delete, modify colors, models of satellites, payloads, earth station with different coverages. It should be able to generate and export simulation reports in textual or graphical formats in user-defined. It should be able to store the reports in simulation, training, and analysis report database. Now moving on to this software should have database of standard space events. In the simulation, training, and analysis report database should be able to store results from simulations. The database should be capable of ingesting data from other databases such as catalog maintenance database and results of analysis and orbit determination database. These databases may be redundant and fail-safe mode. This simulator should be able to undertake some capabilities, not restricted to though, create user-defined space events for training purposes. It should be able to visualize the space events in simulation tool for analysis and actions, to record and play, and to generate reports and store into the simulations, training, and analysis report database. Thus, since we are using it primarily for training people, it should be able to integrate data from its own and enable from own sensors and enable analysis thereon. It must be easily interspaceable. Should be able to communicate with the other SSA, SDA software tools. Any alerts and warnings and notifications. This training simulator should have. Dr. Abhishek. Hello.
Yes, sir. Captain Akshi, please continue, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Mic is on. Can you please tell them if they have a question, they can keep it for the end.
Anyone have any query in between? If there is no query, dear innovators, I request you to keep yourself in mute so that there is uninterrupted discussion can be taken place. I request you to keep yourself mute. Whenever the session is open for the queries, then only keep yourself unmuted. Please, I request. Yes, Captain Ashish, please continue.
So there the simulator in addition should have alert, warnings, and notification capability in audiovisual format. It should be able to customize these alerts, notification, warning events with the parameter setting facility. The software in this simulator should be able to notify newly detected tracks, uncorrelated track detection. But these are not, we are just suggesting this, but should not be restricted to only these. Catalog addition and deletion process, maneuver process starting and indication of results, conjunction or collision analysis process starting and their results thereon, threats to the assets, that means some RF interference, re-entry, etc. Some security breaches, that means cyber alerts, unauthorized data access, etc. Failures which are not limited to hardware malfunction, software freezing, data inconsistencies, hot redundant system failed, booting failure of any process. So these should be overall. Whatever I'm suggesting. These should be at least be part and parcel of the simulator. It should be able to generate realistic scenarios wherein we can simulate SDA scenarios like satellite collision, debris events, potential security threats, TLE maneuver detection and classification, procedure for verification with external data of a satellite, of a adversary and its classification, closely spaced object identification, in which simulated tagging errors of the RSO means resident space objects due to their proximity, and corrected classification of the is required. Take TLEs to generate RPO events around Indian satellites, simulated breakup of own assets, that is develop procedures to further verification steps and their reports, increase in surveillance over area of responsibility that we as users will define and tell the innovator, change constellation, change revisits over areas of interest, high cadence surveillance of revisit rates of selected objects, and conjunction assessment, that is two resident space objects when they are on the path to collide with significant probability. So these kind of, but not restricted to these alone, at least these should be covered, and capability should be there in the training simulator. Then we go ahead with the user-friendly interface. So the interface should allow for easy step-up execution and analysis of the SDA scenarios. It should provide us a visualization of RSOs and event like conjunction, etc. It should provide for data curating, handling of multiple type of sensors, namely radars, passive RF, electro-optical, etc. Listing of prioritized mission objectives, mission operations, coordination and handing over between different centers. Tracking of space events and space objects, task report creation, report dissemination, event triggers, space traffic management and space domain awareness features. It should have features of simulated object sensor selection capability, wherein you can do selections for star sensor, sun sensor, magnetometer, IMU, GNSS receiver, etc. The simulator should have capability for scalability, that is, it should have ability to scale up to multiple instances at the same time, should have multiple nodes to be able to accommodate increasing demands and complexity, should cater for future advancement in this SGA technology, should cater for multiple analysts to work simultaneously on the simulator. That means at a time, more than one analyst we should be able to train them, make them sit together and then carry out the analysis on the simulator. It should, its attitude and orbit control algorithm should have features of relative position, velocity estimation, relative attitude, and body rate estimation. It should be able to operate on guidance algorithms, control algorithms, absolute position, velocity, attitude, and rate. This simulator should have flexibility and should be for future expansion configurable to that extent. Should allow testing of different SDA concepts and SDA technologies, should allow a test developer to build a new scenario, and should have features of new scenario integration in the sensor simulation / TLE simulation. It should have high performance computing. Simulator should be built in hardware infrastructure and should ensure fast and accurate simulation results. I have given some, there are some outlined machine configuration for this topology, which should have some specific features, which I can always share at a later date. But overall, the features of the simulator should have orbital parameters, which should be SSPO inclined, should have a optimum revisit time as per payload requirements, should be able to simulate payloads on RSOs, should have redundancy capability, launch load compliance for satellite structures, thermal control compliance, should have minimum show that minimum mission life is 15 years, health monitoring and command control abilities for space objects to be provided. Then threat modeling should be able to model threats of different kinds, which can be encountered in space contingency scenarios. Models can be designed should be designed based on real world threat intelligence or designed depending on specific needs of the simulation. The threat modeling component to take into account the capabilities of potential adversaries and model their behavior in response to different inputs. This should be AI ML based simulation engine, which output should be based on the inputs from the scenario generator, satellite modeling, and threat modeling components. Should use variety of techniques, agent-based modeling, or discrete event simulation to simulate the behavior of different components and actors in the scenario. Simulation engine to generate realistic and accurate outputs based on heuristic AI/ML algos to enable user to analyze the results of the simulation. An indicative list of data which includes on-demand satellite tracking and monitoring, orbit determination, high-fidelity ephemeris data, volumetric screening including asset metadata, maneuvering data and time spent over a data with precise entry and exit time, behavioral pattern analysis through granular historical pattern analysis tool to detect anomalous behavior associated with an asset of interest, neighborhood watch screening to provide comprehensive SSA around the asset of interest. Solution should include asset metadata, closest approach distance and time, maneuvering information and visualization. All the data products should be built in a data agnostic foundation layer that can associate from 10 plus different kinds of sensors, including futuristic sensors that are being conceptualized globally. Maneuver reconstruction should include detection, characterization, and verification of non-cooperative maneuvers. Rendezvous proximity operation should have a feedback control operation to track and enable relative, negative, and cocking. Path prediction should provide prediction on the different kinds of paths of satellites over a given location on Earth. In addition, the simulator should also have countermeasure generator, which should be able to create and configure countermeasures that can be used to mitigate or prevent contingency scenarios, to include technical countermeasures such as encryption, authentication protocols, as well as developing procedures for incident response and recovery. Countermeasure builder to enable trainees to evaluate effectiveness of different countermeasures by simulating their implementation in different scenarios. Lastly, countermeasure against following scenarios: ASAT threats, countermeasures against physical kinetic threats, dazzling and countermeasures against them, collision with other RSOs, rendezvous and proximity operations, electronic threats and signal jamming, cyber threats, spoofing, and signal jamming. With this, I have completed. We can open the floor for questions, if any.
Yes, Krishna.
So, Captain, good afternoon. I have 3 questions, which is primarily linked to the first question. Is it a Aditi challenge or is it a prime challenge?
It's a prime
Dr. Chauhan.
It's a prime
It's a prime challenge. Prime. Okay, if it's prime challenge, all the details of the features you have discussed, which one is critical to cover under the prime? Because what we have, as I was taking notes, it is covering what we are trying to create is a SDK on steroids. It's pretty much like a very, very powerful physics engine. And so my question is, in the IDEX program itself, you want to cover the entire list of features, or in the version 1 during the IDEX phase, is there a primary level of features, or in the IDEX you expect, in the IDEX prime you expect all the features you listed?
What's a good name so I can respond back to you?
My name is Chris.
Mr. Krish, whatever may be we are following up this Government of India initiative, that is part 1. But the thing is about from a user perspective, we have military personnel who join us, this particular organization, and they come from different facets of life. Once they join, so this training simulator shall be, that is the conceptualized basis on which we are working and how we have arrived at. that we need to train our people. We need to make them understand that what from our perspective are space operations, how space is getting congested, what kind of different space threats are there, what kind of ever evolving in today's VUCA world, what are the different kind of space scenarios which get generated above us, and how we need to train them through this simulator, so that subsequently he or she gets graduated into our fold of things with a real-time simulator, wherein he or she can understand that what they studied before can be understood through the simulator. So now if you want to compare it to STK, you want to compare it to some other model, that I'll leave to a better wisdom, but this is what we want.
Understood,
And
sir.
yeah,
My
and this
question-
in this we have not laid down anything that this is primary feature, this is secondary feature. I don't think most of these things, there are two parts to it. Somebody who, let me, for the benefit of all who are listening to this, this particular simulator is will not require just a fast computing or some random AI ML algo. It will require somebody who has in-depth knowledge of space operations also, somebody who knows how space related tech works. And what we are trying to make our people train on, this platform will be a platform, when I say the product will be is as such, so that once he or she gets into the fold of Defense Space Agency, before the moment they join, this shall be a platform where we shall make them, through the comprehensive features of this particular simulator, we'll try to make them understand and prepare them. And it is not that it is India agnostic. I have been to other places, and they are friendly foreign countries. Everyone has these kind of platforms wherein they try to teach their people, train their people into the world of complex world of space operations.
I understand, sir. But my question was slightly different. I'm saying that, like in IDEX Prime, we are talking about 10 crore plus whatever contribution the startup is doing, whoever is the winner is. I'm saying the feature list and the timing, assuming that we want to kind of get it done, the feature list from link budgeting to orbital dynamics to other things analysis, which is probably a slightly easier problem. My challenge is like, it is a much bigger problem from a capital infusion perspective than Prime. That is a commentary for IDEX, not you, sir, but broadly, that was I was trying to understand. That's all. Thank you.
Answer to this can at best be given by, I think, DIO. I can only give perspective of what, from a user perspective, what are the features which we are interested that this particular product should generate.
So Krish, yes, currently this challenge is in Prime, and I think, and again, it is also reopened to Prime challenge. So I think Captain Ashish already point out various things, and it is open to all the innovators how we can, put these features in a bucket in a cost-effective manner. Yes, it is challenging. We all know that it's not that easy, but this is what we expect from all you people, that how we can give this kind of solution in a in a uh, in a windowed financial aspect. So yes, it is challenging. We can understand this, but yes, currently it is in Prime, not in Aditi.
Rahul here from Visby Technologies.
Nagenji, please.
Good afternoon. Nagendra here.
Nagenji, your voice is not clear.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now please.
Yeah. So, Malikji, I want to know if you can give us a detailed document of whatever you explained now, because whatever challenge brief definition given with the IDEX challenge is very brief and it's not really doing justice to. If you have to write a proposal, it's not justified. It will not do justice.
So, sir, see, currently, what exactly information that is given by Captain Ashish, it is not possible for us to give the PDS at this particular stage. But if you applied and you are shortlisted on the basis of the information that is given by Captain Ashish, then onwards for the HPSC, we can give the PDS PR. That you can make your presentation more effectively and incorporate all the features that are required by the user. So next week we will bring up.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagesh. Pranavji,
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So in the other challenge, in the RF plus optical sensor fusion and analytics tool, you have mentioned
Pranavji, there is a lot of disturbance at your side. I request you to please mute, Pranavji. We are not able to hear you clearly.
so I want to know what is the difference that were present or statement, the other problem statement for RF plus optical sensor fusion, radar plus optical sensor fusion and analytics tool, there was a requirement for the training tool. So what is the difference between the training tool in the previous challenge versus what is a training simulator? Is it a dev simulator or a training tool with the analytics software? And we're again developing the training simulator here. There's a bit of replication happening. So can you outline the scope and differences between that training tool and this one?
Captain Ashish? We are unable to hear you. You are on mute, sir.
I'm nodal officer for this particular challenge because I have been handling this. So I'll be in a position to tell you that what is the grooves of this particular, what are the tenets of this particular challenge. So comparing the two, because separate nodal officers handle both. So what kind of, to what degree is the simulation required in that particular challenge which Mr. Pranav from Defy Gravity is talking about? So let us keep discussions to what this particular challenge are at hand and what we expect the innovators to come out the product with. So if his questions are limited to this, I will be able to answer.
Yeah, I'm Colonel Tawar. I represent Astrome.
Sir, just a second. We have already Rahul. Afterwards, you can ask, sir. Rahul?
Yes, sir. Sir, I will go ahead. Sir,
Yes.
Rahul Tayal from Visby Technologies. Sir, something similar to this we have done for India's first aircraft carrier, wherein we had created a weapons, equipment, sensor, and training simulator. So it's, I think, similar thing in a larger scale, and obviously the space sector. Sir, what I want to know is, you had mentioned that many navies have similar simulators. Can you just name a few to say, like, these are the ones a US might be using, or Russia, or some of the leading countries are using?
I did not mention about any navy using it. So that is not a factually correct statement. To what I mentioned, what you are mentioning about, there are so many simulators being used by various users in the country or abroad presently. But concentrating on this particular challenge, apart from the technical competence of making a particular simulator, it will also require in-depth knowledge of space tech and space operations. So
Right.
that because the real life has to be implicated into the simulation mode.
Right. Sir, what are similar systems, similar space? What I was referring to is, sir, the experience part. That, something similar has been done for the Navy in a similar way, not the space way. Obviously, the domain is different. I agree with you. Sir, what I want to know is, something what you want. Is there an existing product in the market and the name of it?
These guys are more valuable.
I don't know about any off-the-shelf such product which is available, but I'm sure things like this must be there. Are being used for training people abroad. That much I'm very much sure. But I don't know what that product is called. It is not off-the-shelf available. Otherwise, we would have gone for that.
Okay. So, and so one more thing I want to ask you, sir, is ISRO working upon something similar? Because I've seen that, there is a lot of duplication in what DSA is trying to do and what ISRO is trying to do. So, do you think something similar is being worked on because, sir, if we are making such a substantial, investment into creation of something similar, will we be having, certain coverages? What I want to know.
Mr. Tayal, I'm not representing ISRO. If that is what you are asking, I leave it to the question should be perhaps addressed to somebody who is handling that particular duties at ISRO. I'm not aware.
Got it, sir. And sir, last question from my side, sir. You had mentioned it, that the simulator should be able to do, data fusion. So, are you envisioning a scenario in which the real sensors as well as the simulated sensors all together will be used for training, or the training is going to be done only using the simulated data? Because in which case, the data fusion need not be really there because of the scenario, we already know what is the true picture. So, can you just give me some clarity on how you are thinking about the simulation?
Yes, real-time data base which are available from open source domains that we'll try to use for training part also apart from the simulated data. So we will be try to utilize real-time data also. So those databases also will try to ingest.
But that the database, sir, cannot be considered as real-time data. Those are mostly like the stored past data or things. So we are still going to be only thinking about recorded things from the past. No real-time sensors or equipment data is to be included. Is that correct understanding?
That is right. That is right.
Intrusion call.
Got it.
Okay, Colonel Tawar.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, thank you, Captain Ashish, for the wonderful briefing. I just want to reiterate what someone had asked before me, that if we could get a PDF in the detailed manner in which Captain Ashish has given the briefing, it will really facilitate all startups in understanding the project in detail and thereby making our initial proposals that much better, so that your time in sifting those proposals will also be saved, and us understanding it, we will be also be able to be clear whether we should go for it or should we not go for it. So my request is this: since it is a complex project with a very clear requirement from the Navy, from the DSA, if we could get that written document which our technical teams can go over and then come up with a more concrete proposal rather than this just what we've been given, it'll really facilitate us in a very, very good manner. That is my point. Thank you.
Dr. Chauhan from DIO.
Yes,
Can you please? Yes, please.
Colonel Tawar, see, this is that's why these kind of outreach programs are there, and see, it is difficult to give the a very detailed about this, but yes, the best information we can give through this. But moreover, the information that is given by Captain Ashish, this outreach session might be uploaded in our YouTube channel also, IDEX YouTube channel. So if you want to revisit to that, you just click on the link.
Brilliant. That's good enough. Thank you so much.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Radhakrishna from Dhruva Space. At Dhruva Space, we have worked before with multiple data providers and also create similar software for our own satellites and multiple customers. I had one question regarding this simulator. So when we are talking about simulation as an exercise, there is one interesting parameter that we can talk about is quality. So there are in conjunction analysis, or let's say maneuver detection, or even orbit determination. Let us say we are simulating certain satellite data. Are we expecting the quality to be as operationally realistic as what we use for real life applications? That is the first question.
Any other questions?
Sir, my second question would be, because if we are looking at a simulator being as realistic as possible, then the simulator can also be extended to operations as well at a later point of time. Is this in the vision of DSA? That is one more question. And if at all, are you also expecting interfaces for different data providers, or if we have our own network of tracking satellites, are you expecting such a thing?
Thank you for the question. Good afternoon, Mr. RK. So, if I'm taking your name correctly, so Radhakrishnan, sorry. So, answer to your second and third question, yes, I have already brought it out during when I was trying to give specifics of this simulator. We intend to have expansion this thing planned tomorrow. Also have that quality wise, yes, quality, we will like to train our people using the product which the innovator shall make in real time scenarios, so that the quality of data definitely should be good.
Understood, sir. So then what we can also think about is proposing infrastructure also accordingly, so that I mean, we are talking about, let's say there are, let's say, 30,000 RSOs. So dealing with such a scale of a problem, is it something that you're looking at, or you're looking at a reduced set of RSOs for simulation in specific?
We are looking at reduce set only because it's a training model. But what do you mean when you say infrastructure?
So for let us say we are tracking satellites and also tracking their activities, RPOs or maneuvers for such a large set of objects, we would need a bigger infrastructure to support such a use case, like 30,000 tracking objects. But if it's a infrastructure, meaning just the compute and storage and GPUs, sir, for running AI ML models. If it is a reduced set, obviously we can make a simulator package out of our software. So yeah, you said it's a reduced set, so it makes sense.
I hope that's answered. We will, if in case you are interested and we go ahead like Dr. Chauhan had brought out, so we will provide through DIO the detailed problem definition statement, and it will bring out all queries answers in writing.
Sure, sir, that helps. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Captain Ashish, is it possible to get your email ID or some mechanism to contact you?
Dr. Chauhan is our nodal person from the government side. I'll suggest Mr. Tayal that it can be routed through him because it's a part of his charter.
Got it, sir. So, Dr. Chauhan, if you can, yeah.
Sorry, please continue.
So, Dr. Chauhan, if you can provide your contact details in case, if there are any resident questions or anything we want clarity on. So.
Okay, so I think on the website we have a query portion, query link. So if you have any specific query to that, you can ping it there and post it there. In that time period, we try to answer that. So moreover, you can. I just give you my email ID. If you have any specific query, you just give us a mail. We try to forward it to the nodal agency.
Hello, sir. I'm Vishnush from Meridian Data Labs. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I'm a little late to this to ask this question, but it's regarding the previous problem statement that I couldn't ask because I was running late. But how the communicator of those radar and optical sensors? What mode of communication do you prefer coming to the sensor platform?
I'm not here.
Problem statement 8, sir.
Yeah.
Can you repeat your question? I think, or anyone?
Sure. Sure. So in the previous problem statement 8, we're talking about an integration of optical and radar sensors into a network with an AI-based analytical platform. What what medium of communication are we expecting that the integration happens in this network, sir? So are we talking about a wired kind of a network?
Captain Ashish, any insight on this?
Dr. Chauhan, Lieutenant Colonel Bhargava, he left after his this thing. You can route all these queries which the innovators have to us, and then we can reply back as a consolidated answer.
Sure. Actually, we have a list of questions I would love to ask, but this is the most pressing one about it, so I wanted to get that answered. But sure, sir, if I could get the email address, I would love to ask our queries that we all have while reading the PDS.
Okay. We try to give a communication here in the chat box within few minutes regarding these queries. What is the mode of query redressal on this? Any other
Sure, sir,
question? Any other
if
question?
you could drop your email ID, sir, that would be very helpful in the chat.
Yes, sir. I try to connect you with the best possible approach for the query redressal. So we are identifying that and just post it soon in 4 to 5 minutes in the chat box.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. That would be great. Thank you so much.
So any other query on that particular challenge?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Paul, Nobin Paul. So my query is, this problem statement is coming to the ground for the last three. I think this is the third time. So previous time we applied and we attended that interview process. So my question is, what are the eligible criteria to get this project if we attend? Like, what are the maybe the evaluation criteria for this particular thing? Because we already gone through the entire process one time. I have one more question. So we already have gone through in the previous stage, and we didn't shortlisted, and no one is selected. So can we apply again? That is my first question. Second question is, if yes, what is the evaluation criteria you are thinking for this particular one?
Hello. Hello, sir. Sir, the major thing here is you can apply again. The earlier the shortlisted solution was not apt for the actual application. That's why the challenge has been reopened. So you can apply it again. You will be judged on various parameters. The major parameter is your capability to make the solution and the uniqueness of your solution and problem solving near to our expectation. This is the major criteria of that. Okay, so you can please do apply again, and if it is near to what we are expecting, definitely. After this round of application, there will be a HPSC meeting. In that, before the HPSC meeting, the more detailed draft version will be given to you. On that, you can prepare more also. Currently, as per your best understanding, you can prepare a solution and apply for the challenge.
Thank you.
And any other question? Okay, I think there are. We just checked the list. I think we don't have any other hand raises there. So yes, one thing that continuously innovators ask is for the point of query. Within a day or two, we are activating a link on the website itself for the query redressal. So by within a day or two, that will activate it. So I request you to put your queries on that particular link. Right, I request you to visit our website by tomorrow also. Okay. Moreover, we also put in 2 email IDs. If meanwhile you have queries, you also put a mail on that in the chat box. We are just sending. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session today. And thank you, Captain Ashish Malikji, to find a time to join with us today. Definitely, in the subsequent steps, we need your insights on that particular challenge, and I think more and more innovators are applying this time for this challenge. So thank you so much for everyone joining us. Thank you so much.
And we request you, like currently, as per your best understanding of what you have heard so far, on that you can apply. We are judging your capability to develop a solution and near to solution. Okay. Then after in subsequent round, the exact requirement will be given to you. Nearly exact requirement will be given to you. On that basis, you can go for exact preparation of presentation before your HPSC is going. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.